स्टुडंट्स ऑफ क्लास 10. हे अप्रिशिएशन जे आहे ते आपल्याला आपल्या क्वेश्चन सेटमध्ये 5 मार्क्ससाठी देण्यात आलेलं आहे आणि हे 5 मार्क्स अप्रिशिएशनचे आपण इझिली मिळवू शकतो. आजच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये आपण क्लास 10th ला जेवढ्या पोयम आहेत त्या सर्व पोयमचं अप्रिशिएशन बघितलेलं आहे. आणि तर सुरुवात करूया आजच्या व्हिडिओला. व्हिडिओ शेवटपर्यंत पहा आणि आवडल्यास लाईक, शेअर आणि सबस्क्राईब जरूर करा. फर्स्ट पोयम जी आहे ती आहे टीनेजर्स प्रेयर. वन अ टीनेजर्स प्रेयर. या पोयमचं अप्रिशिएशन बघू. अप्रिशिएशन मध्ये आपल्याला काही पॉइंट दिलेले असतात. त्या पॉइंटनुसार आपल्याला अप्रिशिएशन लिहायचं असतं आणि मिनिमम 5 पॉइंट्स तरी आपल्याला यामध्ये इन्क्लूड करावे लागतात. सर्वात आधी आपल्याला टायटल लिहायचं आहे. एकूण 5 पॉइंट्स आपल्याला इन्क्लूड करायचे आहेत. टायटल ऑफ द पोएम इज अ टीनेजर्स प्रेयर. द नेम ऑफ द पोएट जे मॉर्स. देन राईम स्कीम. द राईम स्कीम ऑफ द पोएम इज ABCB. राईम स्कीम कशा ओळखायचा याचा व्हिडिओ आपण माझ्या चॅनलवर पाहू शकाल. त्यासाठी डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्समध्ये लिंक आपल्याला चेक करायची आहे. फिगर ऑफ स्पीच कुठलाही एक लिहायचा आहे. ॲपोस्ट्रोफी, इन्व्हर्जन अँड मेटाफोर. देन 4th पॉइंट, central idea or theme of poem. The theme of the poem is a teenager's dilemma about making the right decisions. Dilemma म्हणजे द्विधा मनस्थिती. The responsibility of choice falls fully on him or her. A wrong decision may ruin the whole life. Hence, the teenager in the poem prays to God for his help and guidance. Now, next poem from 1.3 unit first, basket full of moonlight. याचं ॲप्रिशिएशन बघू. आपल्याला ॲप्रिशिएशन प्रिव्हियस कवितेचं जसं पाहिलं त्याच पॉईंटनी सर्व कवितांचं कंप्लीट करायचं आहे. सर्वात आधी आपल्याला टायटल लिहायचं आहे. द टायटल ऑफ द पोएम इज अ बास्केट फुल ऑफ मूनलाईट. देन नेम ऑफ द पोएट. द नेम ऑफ द पोएट इज सुनील शर्मा. राईम स्कीम. There is no rhyme scheme in this poem. This poem is in free verse. यामध्ये कुठलीही rhyme scheme नाही. Then central idea or theme and figure of speech. Figure of speech यामध्ये repetition, alliteration आणि apostrophe. Theme or central idea. The central idea of the poem is the loneliness of a child in a remote village untouched by modern amenities. The child is too far from the modern urban life that even his remedy for the plight of his villagers seem quite innocent and plain. Next poem. Unit 2 मधली 2.1. You start dying slowly. First, title. The title of the poem is You Start Dying Slowly. Then second, name of the poem. This poem was written by the poet Pablo Neruda. Then third, rhyme scheme. There is no rhyme scheme in the poem. It is written in free verse style. Fourth, figure of speech, apostrophe and repetition. Fifth point, theme or central idea of the poem. Life must flow and renew itself at every moment of its being. We live fully only when we enrich ourselves with new knowledge, wide experience, fresh emotions, daring encounters, and exciting challenges. If we settle for a life that is stagnant, repetitive, or conventional, we start dying slowly instead of living the life fully. Next poem 2.3, The Twins. Title. The title of the poem is The Twins. Name of the poet. The name of the poet is Henry S. Lee. Rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A B. Figure of speech. You can write anyone. Here alliteration and hyperbole. Then, fifth point, theme or central idea. The central idea of the poem is the problems faced by one of the identical twins. All the problems are so exaggerated that they create humorous effect. Still, the poet achieves a balance by making the reader believe, at least for a short time, the way of thinking of his argument. Then, third unit, poem, If. Title. The title of the poem is If. Poet. The poet of this poem is Rudyard Kipling. Rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is A. All the other five stanzas have the rhyme scheme A B. Figure of speech. Antithesis, tautology, personification, anaphora. Theme or central idea. The central idea of the poem is certain valuable pieces of advice imparted by a father to his son. Several of the lines in the very title of the poem is If. The theme running through the poem is that if the son fulfills certain conditions, he can be rest assured of certain favorable results. Both the conditions and the results have a direct bearing upon the lives of all young people. Next poem 3.3, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Title. The title of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. Poet. The poet of this poem is Robert Frost. Rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the first three stanzas is A. The final stanza has a uniform rhyme of A. Theme or central idea. The theme of the poem is that a traveler on horseback stops by a little forest on winter evening. The little forest, in the speaker's own words, is lovely, dark, and deep. Though he is greatly fascinated by the scene, the call of duty urges him to move on. He reminds himself that he must discharge his duties before it is too late. 4.1 The world is mine. सर्व कवितांचे आपल्याला पॉज पॉईंटनुसार अप्रिशिएशन कंप्लीट करायचे आहेत. Title. The title of the poem is The World is Mine. Second, the poet is written by second poet. Here you have to write the name of the poet. The poem is written by Joy Lovelace Crawford. Third, rhyme scheme. Rhyming scheme of the first and last stanza is same. A. B. C. Second stanza. A. B. C. D. Third stanza. A. B. C. And fourth stanza. A. B. C. Figure of speech, apostrophe and inversion. Fifth point is theme or central idea. The central idea of the poem is that you must count your blessings equal to be grateful for the good things in your life rather than complain about the things which you think you lack. When you are thankful to God for all the good things you are endowed with, then the world and its joys are yours. Then you cherish the things which you often take for granted and find no reason for complaining. 4.3 4.3 O Captain, My Captain. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज टायटल. टायटल आपल्याला इथे लिहायचं आहे. ओ कॅप्टन, माय कॅप्टन. पोएट वॉल्ट विटमॅन. हे 2 पॉइंट तुम्ही सहज लिहू शकता. देन रायमिंग स्कीम. आपल्याला कविता पाहिल्यावर लगेच लक्षात येते. द राईम स्कीम फॉर द स्टांजाज 1, 3 and 5 is A A B B. For stanzas 2nd, 4th and 6th is A B C B. Figure of speech, repetition, tautology, personification. Central idea or theme. The central idea of the poem is lamentation, that is an expression of great sadness for the death of the captain. Here, America, which had undergone the Civil War, is compared to a ship that had weathered a rough voyage. Abraham Lincoln, who steered the state through the Civil War, is compared to the captain. 5 days after the war ended, Abraham Lincoln was shot dead. The poet laments the death of this great leader.